Good.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, guys.
Thank you so much for your patience while we went through our technical difficulties. We know it's going to be an amazing show because you know how it go. Anytime there's a challenge, we know it's because something juicy coming, right? So, welcome. We cannot believe this is the last episode of season 8, but we're so excited about it, and we know you are too. Thank you to those of you who showed up really early. Rochelle, big up yourself, our real original Emerge ambassador. I am Kathy Goodall. For those of you that don't know, I am a leadership and growth coach. I am a builder of brands, businesses, and people, and a proud member of the Emerge Trio.
Am I next?
Yes, Nai, go ahead.
Oh, hi guys. So I'm Naomi Garrick, also known as the PR Chick. I'm a personal branding coach and trainer, and I'm the founder and CEO of Garrick Communications, a boutique PR agency here in Kingston, Jamaica. And essentially, I help to build more purposeful and profitable brands. I'm also a proud member of the Emerge Trio, and I think that's it for me today. Roshi?
Oh, I did something to my screen. I'm gonna have to come out and come back into because it threw me off. You mustn't touch things, in the middle of a live. Welcome, everybody. My name is Rochelle Cameron. I'm also known as Adrenaline Rush. I am an attorney at law and founder and CEO of Prescient Consulting Services Limited, a Jamaican firm that is on its way to go global because we're speaking it into being. We are all about the business of people, business of communications, and helping organizations utilize their people resources, their leadership skills, and their inherent capabilities to unleash the best. We are all about the bottom line because at the end of the day, everything that we do is for the bottom line so that we can enrich our organizations, our people, and our nation.
What?
Did we switch
Wow, guys, I know you've already started telling us where you're joining from. So we're so excited that you're here from New York, from Westmoreland, from all over the place. Welcome, Fiona. It's so good to see you live. Well, are we ready for our guest? Without further
ado, we should kind of just jump in. I mean, normally we have a lot of chit chat and stuff, but since we started right on time, I think we should just get right into the show.
All right. So
say hello to everybody. Oh, I see Tamara. Hi, Tamara. Tamara has a great show called The Trailblazers. Go follow her on YouTube. I was just interviewed on her program. She's like a little Oprah. Amazing. Rochelle, no, Rochelle here. Rochelle, the upgraded intro. All right, set.
All right, guys, I'm gonna share a video.
It's just a vibe. My content legendary. This is quite Perry with all the vibe. You know I'm doing it right. Watch any vid that you like for all the vibe. Yeah, vibes. Click that bell anytime and you will get notified when all the vibe. Yeah, vibes. So go comment and like and don't forget to subscribe for Strictly Vibes.
Woo! We need first of all, Perry couldn't call us to be like extras in the little video and stuff.
No, we don't
reach those be in the little video too.
We don't reach those levels yet now. Maybe after tonight we'll get a bus.
After tonight, hopefully we'll get a bus because,
nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have the overall connoisseur, the consummate connoisseur of good vibes, Rohan Perry. You hear it? His content is legendary. On Instagram, he has over 700,000 followers. So you know that after tonight, we're going for the 1 million followers. Now, Rohan, we're not sure if we must call him Rohan or Perry or Patricia because he entertained us way before COVID. So he was way before his time. He had already established himself across platforms. And now he's just a regular part of our feed. Our day starts with Quiet. When he is posting videos, we're looking to see what he's up to. We're checking out social hosts. And remember, he's always had this knack for making people laugh. There's something that just is so natural. His facial expressions, the way he puts the words together. And this is from the days of high school straight through college. The infectious personality, that laugh, and the relatable skits that just bring us so much joy. And his motto is he just wants to make people laugh. And it's a good motto because he's doing a very good job of it. He was the very first recipient of the Prime Minister's National Youth Award in the category of new media, that's social media, YouTuber, vlogger, in 2021. So his content is legendary. He is a trendsetter. He is the first in so many areas. And a lot of the skits that we see today originated from the very Quiet Perry vibe. The man is a connoisseur of good vibes. The man is a connoisseur of fashion. He is, when he's hosting an event, his detail and preparation for his connection with people. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be prepared because you're not just going to get the laughter, but you'll get a little inner view of the mind that goes behind these skits and jokes. Because it don't take no ordinary kind of bright, fake funny. So you know that though. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's quite remarkable that tonight we have with us Rohan Quiet Perry.
Rochelle, carry on tour with me, like.
Join the line. All of our guests are trying to book her to do the same. Join the line.
I forgot book your girl for your intro me on the stage. Something like you make me feel good about myself. Now you come out to the internet, girl. What's you talk about me? Ow. But good night, everybody.
Good night.
The cheeks hurt me before we even start the show.
Listen, we are so excited to have you. As Rochelle said, you are not just legendary, but like a trailblazer. And maybe I'm sure you didn't even think this is where you would be today when you started what you started.
Absolutely not.
So we are always very, very interested in, so we know you now as Quiet Perry, but we want to hear a little bit of the backstory before Quiet Perry.
Okay.
There was Rohan Perry.
Right.
We want to hear that story and how did it now transform into a household name, literally.
Hey. Where do we start? Prep school, high school,
Anywhere your spirit is leading you to start.
Okay, so Rohan Perry from prep school, high school. I'm gonna culminate the experiences. So for me personally, just thinking back because those are like your adolescent years. No, actually your pre-adolescent years, and growing up and like seeing you like materialize and become this person. You're thinking about, wait, all right, I've literally always had this in me. So a little sneak peek into what happened into high school. What happened was that I was always the class clown, and persons would actually call me to like fight their battles. So if there's an argument, they call me for come argue with the person. And I have that little wittiness there, and the mouth kind of smart. And of course, the classroom is like the perfect like testing ground for like
absolutely
comebacks and who have the wittiest remarks and who can make the class laugh the most. So that was me essentially throughout prep school, high school. And of course it wasn't, I personally wouldn't say it was like a joyous experience, because as much as you're making people laugh, just like how you're presenting yourself and how you're coming across, of course there are going to be persons who are like, why you talk like that, or why do you act like that? And delving into like just the introspection as a young boy, you're like questioning yourself and you're just like, oh my God, the same things that people enjoy, there are people out there who also don't enjoy these things. And of course, you're going to go through the moments where you're just like, God, why did you make me this way? But it's interesting that you have to go through that and feel those emotions and, figure that out for yourself and grow in the security of that for yourself to now be able to present yourself wholeheartedly and fully to persons who actually enjoy those particular things about you.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
Listen, so we talk about stuff like this all the time, right? And Michelle Obama's book Becoming talks about the fact that every day we're becoming that person that we were meant to be.
right.
But a lot of us don't actually take that time to do that kind of introspection, like what you spoke about, to really look at, well, this is how God made me. These are my talents. These are my gifts. Not everybody's going to like you, as we say all the time. You're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine.
Right.
But we already know that you have over 700,000 people, at
Right.
least on one platform,
Right.
that loves
On
you.
one platform.
Right. Yeah, it's an interesting process of life, right? And it actually takes the realization of self to get there, because you just have to know and understand who you are and what you bring to the table, and know that whatever it is that you're doing and you're putting out into the world, is it harming people? Is it doing more bad than good? And I just had to come to the realization that, you know what? Who I am and what I'm presenting and what I'm putting out into the world is making people laugh. And that's not a bad thing. So why is it that I should now focus solely on the persons who dislike me for me, as
Right.
opposed to the millions of persons who actually like me for me?
That love you for you.
I love you.
No, it's a really rigorous realization of self, and a lot of people don't tend to get there, because it's very hard because of society and just wanting that validation, and
Validation.
and what's crazy is that the validation is from a very small subset of people.
Yeah.
A very, very small,
Let's talk about that.
because I tell people all the time, you have to be very careful of your environment. And it's your immediate environment, because whatever it is that you want to do or whatever it is that you're purposeful about, your environment has to water that. It has to support that. If it's counterproductive, you're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can have a dream and have a vision, and you have 10 men around you, and 10 men don't believe in that dream and that vision. I mean, it's okay, It's okay if they don't believe, but you have to now
Take for yourself.
Take
person
for yourself, exactly what Rochelle said. Sometimes you have to do that.
and find persons who facilitate that journey you want to go on. But a lot of the times we find that it's our immediate environment that either makes or breaks us. So you have to have people around you who are pouring into you, who are sowing seeds into you, who are helping you move forward to where you want to go. And that was very important for me. I had to be around people who saw the vision, who liked me for me, and just wanted to support and be on that journey. It's very important to facilitate and have that community around you, because in life we cannot do things by ourselves.
Amen.
We need community.
Yeah.
So we speak a lot about your circle of genius, and that's what it is. And sometimes you may have grown up with a group of friends or a group of people around you, and they're just not on your wavelength, and that's just the reality. And you have to step outside and find those people, as you said, that really support your dreams, your vision, encourage you. They're finding the right people to support you to even go further. So that's a really, really important point that you made. But what I want to know, where did the name, how did the Quiet come into Quiet Perry?
Oh my God. All right. So a very quirky story. Okay, very, very quirky. So at this time, I was going to the St. George's College on the other side of North Street.
Mhm.
I had a friend of mine, right? And at this time, reality TV was just this huge phenomenon because you had the Kardashians,
Mhm.
you know. And I used to pretend as though I was on a reality show at school every single. So I used to act as though their cameras following me around. They always say that comedians are a little bit crazy. There's a little bit of truth to that. So just some humor me for a minute. So yeah, I used to pretend that cameras were following me around, and every lunchtime it would be like 4 of the show because we have more freedom. And
Yes.
the name of that show actually was Quiet Perry. So that was the of the show. So I kept the name, and what I did was I transitioned it into blogging. So I had a entertainment website called quietperry.com where I used to like blog about like entertainment news.
And,
And
and how long ago was that?
whew, child.
Because everybody is in this space now, right? And people need to realize that you didn't just arrive. Like you've been doing this way before it was a thing.
No, I didn't just arrive. So like I was blogging and I had my Facebook page, which already had a community over there, and it was called Quite went through many graduation phases. Let's just say that. He flipped the tassel many times and wore many different hats before he arrived at the Quiet Perry.
Yes. New
Right.
intro and everything.
Right. New intro and everything. That's been years in the making.
We
but-
love it. We love it.
Yeah, it's
So
lovely.
I know the girls have lots of questions, right? But I have one more for you. And it's something that I actually saw you speak about on TikTok some time ago. Being in this, putting yourself out there, right? And now stepping out into the real world, and people feel like they have this access to you, or they can say whatever they want to you, right? I remember you were commenting about someone that made a comment about your weight, right? And how you addressed them, which I thought was amazing.
Right.
How do you manage that on like a day-to-day basis? Because I know for many creatives as well, and just individuals, we can put ourselves out there when it's time to put ourselves out there, but in real life, we kind of just want to be in the corner and not be bothered, right? The extroverted introverts.
Right.
How do you manage that just on a day-to-day basis?
Okay, so that in itself was a process for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I didn't fully get there until years after, because what I found out over the years is that it kind of sort of developed a form of anxiety for me. And it took me a while to realize that. So I would go through these spurts of just not feeling like leaving the home, and I just felt very debilitated. Like I was just sad, very emotional, no appetite, to the bathroom a lot. I was just like, what is this thing that keeps happening to me? So it took it a number of times for it to happen to me, for me to say, you know what? I don't think I'm doing good service to myself. I feel as though I am in and of service to others more than myself. Because now, remember, you've built up this community that love you, and they now have an expectation.
Yes.
Yes.
So therein lies the dehumanization and all of that. So now you have persons saying, it's almost as if you're like on a hamster wheel. It's just a person saying, when is the next YouTube video? When is the next skit? Where are you gonna be next? I would love
Pressure.
to see you, and coming into this, you're so excited. You have this burst of energy. It's a new space for you. You have people now saying that, oh my God, I'm a fan of you. And it's just a whole 180 of your life. And there's no handbook to tell you how to maneuver this space in particular. So going through all of that over a couple of years, you're just like, okay, this is cute, this is fun, enjoying myself. Until it hits you that, hold on, wait, you have to take a stop, you have to take a pause. So now we're at the space now where we have to now think about self and say, hey, you know what? I actually don't want to take a picture.
And that should be okay.
And it took me a very long time to get to that space of saying no and not feeling bad about saying no.
Because no is a complete sentence.
No is a complete sentence because I used to struggle with, oh my God, this person supports me and they may never see me again. And this might be their only opportunity. And in your head, you're also thinking about their experience of you in real life, you know, because they themselves also have an expectation.
Yeah.
I had to now get to a space where one, I had to mentally prepare myself to leave my house to say, okay, all right, Rohan, you're leaving the house. There's a high possibility that persons are going to see you, want to interact with you, want to take a picture. So you're not going to have to like prepare for that. But also preparing for that, I have to also now manage, you know, the interaction and the space, give what I can on that day. So not every day you're gonna get warm girl, yeah, girl, not every day you're gonna get that. Some days you get, yeah, girl, big up yourself, and I'm stepping, I'm stepping. You understand? It took me a while to get there, but I now know that I have to think about me.
Boundaries.
So come first, and I have to be at my 100 to give you 100.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a very hard balance. And I actually had a conversation with Novia about this a couple years ago. And she said to me, for all that you give, it's a small price to pay. For all gain,
it's a small
price to pay. And I never forgot that. But it helped to usher me into the space of feeling okay with, you know what? It's nice to meet you, but I don't feel up to take a picture today.
Yeah.
Yeah. But just want to get my little sausage girl, cash out and lie down. So, yeah. And that will feel right now. I have to work. You have to work with that.
Yeah. Listen, boundaries, self-preservation. Like you can't be your best self if you are not able to feel like your best self.
Right. Yeah. So it took me a while to get there, and I now know that it's a journey that everybody who is coming to this space is on, and everybody will eventually get there. Yeah, you're happy, you're going lucky. I say, oh my God, la 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 la.
Them know me.
Yeah,
it's not even. It's also not even just people in that space. I think anybody that's in the public space, maybe not as much as you, just because of the platform that you have, but I think even for executives and other people in different professions, athletes, they have to go through that all the time too. It's a lot.
100%. It's just it's a field of people always wanting something from you. If it's even hi or a hello, somebody wants something from you.
Yeah.
Touch and go.
Yeah.
How Jamaican people stay. So we stay like I want to quite a one like that. Like we don't stay.
And you also have
too nice, too good for us.
You also have to deal with that level of projection because it's like, girl, me not going away, just like you come at the supermarket. I'm just want to go to two little things and go warm. We're not going away. Human, if you cut me a simple, just like you, baby girl. You understand? Also, when I go so far, I'm thinking, I'm like,
how did we get here?
What you talking about, girl? remember having an experience one time. I went to a hotel, and I don't think that a lot of persons know and understand this. The best way to like impress me, especially if you're in the service industry, is to give me good service. Give me good service. Don't come stand up at the table and talk me out before you take my order. You bust my ears before you make my order in Parmesan. Oh my God. I remember I went to a hotel one time. I did check-in all along. The girl just talk to me. They work. Forget such a day at work. I'm sitting there, I look at her and I say, "Are you right now?" Like, don't for see me, but my God, the work.
Yeah.
And that is the worst when you reach hotel and the room is actually
know,
you just want to go in your room.
Yeah.
Like that about that is it was my birthday, and I worked on my birthday, and I also did a meet and greet on my birthday. And this was the night, so you know me want to lie.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and the girl I bust my ears. And then on the flip side of that, one next girl see me and she said to me, say, quite Perry, my follow you and you have to take a picture with me. I said, I actually don't have to take a picture with you, but thank you for supporting me. But it was just a sense of like, it was the approach.
Everybody wants a piece of you.
And the entitlement, like, you give me a like, thank you. I appreciate it. They give me a comment, thank you. I appreciate it. They give me a follow, thank you. I appreciate it. But I don't have to give you.
There's no obligation. Yeah.
Like you don't own me like that, because the content you're getting is FREE. It's free.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny how when you describe it, because what happens is that people that we follow, and as you used to say, it's like it's supposed to be real life, and you think you know everything. You know, Rohan are your friend.
Yeah.
You actually know him. Remember him from country. Him go Bible school with you. Him go Bible school with you. So we have this way where, so even like Patricia, people think say like Patricia is like.
Yes.
How was she born? And you know what I want to know? Like the first time you did a Patricia video,
right?
Like what was that process? Because you know there's always getting over that hurdle of actually pressing post,
right?
To see how it will be received.
You know what's funny? You do funny. I never thought about any of that. There was no conceptualization meeting. There was no pen to paper. There was no marker to whiteboard. None of that. I literally just got up because I came out of a very dark place, and I just got up one day and I just remade Oliver Samuel skit. And when I did the first original, which wasn't a remake, I just happened to call a name. And the first name was Patricia. So all of this was just, it just kind of sort of happened. Yeah, like, I didn't create a skit. I just had an idea. I took up the phone. I started recording. I edited it, and I just posted it on Instagram, and it just went viral.
You should actually repost that first video. Like this is where Patricia started.
From March 2015. Yeah.
Wow.
2015? Can't be so long.
You know we're in 2023?
Yeah. Yeah. All of 8 years later.
Wow. And Patricia still going strong.
Strong.
Still a baby. Yeah. It's very, I never. It just kind of, everything just kind of sort of happened, and even in it happening, I was just like, okay, I'm just doing this. And it wasn't until I got my first brand deal, I was like, wait a minute, hold on. When the son one don't want to pay me, do a campaign, I don't know what you mean. All right, this look like it's get serious. But I forgot manager up now. the dancer get drastic. The party. So I forgot work now. All right. This is the say. This me I work with. Yeah.
No, I remember there's a Patricia video where you're like when you have a real best friend and then I take a picture of you and them dip on the ground, dip on the roof. And I'm like, you use my real friend when I see you on your knees.
Yeah. Right angle. Right angle, what do you mean?
I guess the right angle.
Yeah, I'm getting the right angle.
But when you said that, because it started just organically, like you just start a thing and then you say, "Yo, so somebody would really pay me for all the like a brand thing for them. This is interesting." And then the dance start full up. Cause the dance is first thing is at the early juggling, and then the big music start playing and the dance pack.
Yeah,
so the dance pack and you're still supposed to be creative and coming up with new concepts and so because the thing big, so people actually have an expectation.
Yeah.
What's that process now that the dance full?
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna buy out the bar.
Yeah. Sorry, so before he even goes into the response, I'm looking at you could do a whole thing on just your facial expression. Like I'm watching your eye movements, they get really small and then they get like really big, and then like one gets small and one get big. Like
so looking at my left eye, girl, while me at taxi, y'all. Now, the dance are full up. The people that might buy out the bar. Some girl have created them foots. You understand? They play a little cartel now. I mean, I say, all right. Well, I forgot to keep this going because the party at what we are going to do. But in that space and in that time period, you have this zest and you have this zeal and you're young and you're fruitful and you say everything out there is for me now.
Oh, yes.
Let me just go for it, and I've always been a hard worker, and that is something where me personally feel like you have a band with it. You have a band with it because you could have talented till thy kingdom come. But if you the hard work side of it, not gonna go. Because 1 + 1 is 2.
Yeah.
You have 1 and the 0. Come on now. So I feel like I always had that just innate level of just hard work and just like commitment. So when it came to my craft, I was just always thinking about what is gonna be the next video, which also perpetuated the hamster wheel without me even knowing. Because now you're also caught in this thing that you're completely unaware of. And now mentally you've become a slave to who this person is becoming. Which is a whole different conversation. We're not talking about that right now, but I was just committed to the craft, and seeing where it was taking me. And also I was growing exponentially at the time. Like it was jumping. And them time there, if you had 30K followers, yeah, bubble. Yeah, bubble, man. Yeah, bubble. So when me see me there like 150, 200, 300, me I say, what? What do you mean? This is crazy. And it's also, you're growing on the YouTube, you're growing on the Twitter, you're on the Facebook, and you say, all right, but we just work with this. So I was always in that mode of creating more and more and more content, and also making it very relatable because there's always somebody out there who can look and say, no, Keisha that.
Yeah.
I'm not answering none of that. No, I'm opposite this.
Yeah. And that's what you see. People just tag.
So if you realize, I always say to them, I was like, comment and tag somebody who is like this, Somebody out the office there, so.
Yeah. And it's funny because you just switch personalities just like that. And I've actually seen you hosting a more corporate event.
Right.
And I think even like when you started talking, people were like, what like that's Rohan. Rohan. That's Rohan.
Right.
And you just segued so smoothly into Rohan Perry, but still witty, still funny, but just a different version.
Right.
Even that segue into hosting, was that on the list? That never on the list of things that me gonna turn one big host one day.
No, it wasn't on the list actually. And I remember the first event. Actually, before I was quite Perry, I used to actually host events as Rohan Perry, but like small things, like look a pageant and them look at something there because I was still outside. Like, Catherine, yeah. You know the one outside, I walk up and down, people didn't know him face. They must go to the work for 5 years. You understand by association. So I still was only for one or two stuffs. But when I became quite Perry and I actually hosted like my first I was actually lie me and said, I wasn't booked to host it, I was booked to make an appearance. A particular telephone company was launching something and they asked me to make an appearance and the host called me on the stage and I did a little stint on the stage and I was like, why does this feel so comfortable? Why am I not nervous? Why do people that might engage with me like this feel nice? And I was like, okay, well, maybe this looks like something that I could actually step into like wholeheartedly. Yeah, for me, hosting is one of the things that come very naturally to me. Like it's just I don't get nervous. I don't feel overwhelmed with like anxiety. Like I'm just because naturally I like to connect with people. You understand? I like to connect with people, but I do get what you're saying because presenting online, a lot of persons will see this side and they're just like, I'm not thinking can do that. But a lot of persons don't also know that there's Rohan, who is the more eloquent. Go down the words them and talk it up to the ground.
Yeah. And you can't go down the word them. Because you know the word them.
Go down the words them.
Yeah. I was watching a clip of Social House. The one where they had like the cockroach and the frog them, and it was supposed to like touch them.
I saw that one too. That clip, and I'm like,
he said, "Where talks alone? Oh yeah, wake up! Oh, them a wake up the roach them. I hear you know, roach have ears."
But the son of them have ears. Like, them can't
it was your facial expression like that. Wow, roach have ears. I just watching it over and over.
I'm never say roach have ears. Antenna something and them
listen, I couldn't do that cockroach one, none at all. That is like,
what do you
cockroach?
mean? You know what's crazy? I would have done the cockroach if the frog wasn't the last thing. You get what I'm saying? So it never made a sense. Because I don't know seminar.
So you don't want to waste your time on touching dirty cockroach for
time. But some
Agreed.
there may be a lizard. But I'm not such a lizard. But bullfrog? Them crazy. I don't want to practice it for me. Work with it.
What is that experience like where you're in a competition with your peers? There are relationships there. It is a competition at the end of the day, but you're also required to entertain because people expect you to be entertaining them on the show.
Yes.
What's that conflagration of things all happening at once on this show for you?
I am not gonna lie. Sometimes I forget that we're all vying for $1 million. I'm not gonna lie to you. It feel like a big par sometimes. Like we just did our ends off. I'm not gonna lie to you. For me personally though, I'm a very competitive person, but at the same time, like I wanna have fun, So I now got in there and I strategize and I say, oh my God, I have to sabotage so and so and rotate and rebel this and chat that and eat and this and lead. Like I'm not meds it so.
Yeah.
I for them, but they are a couple persons on the show who are very competitive. Okay, them that like lose. That's not me. I'm okay with losing, because tomorrow is the next day, and today for me, tomorrow for you. But for on the entertainment side of things, like I know, like I know, I'm aware, and naturally, I am that person. So it just
Everything.
It just works.
it just work.
Yeah.
Just work.
Yeah. And you have me on the street everywhere I go. You're not trick me. You're not trick me.
Listen, it is a very interesting space. It is a very interesting space because of all the things from season 1. I am just like the virality of
Yes.
why did this become such a phenomenon? Like it's crazy. I'm seeing it on US Twitter, Africa.
Yeah.
Like, me I said, no man.
Yep.
No man, check off, man. You cannot check off. Check off. No, sir. I never had. I knew I always had like memes and like memeable moments. Some people used to always take my face, some facial expressions. And right now, stickers is like a thing on WhatsApp. And I'm talking to people and they're sending me stickers of me.
Of yourself.
I have stickers of you in my phone too. I swear.
Mama Lita.
I think I have 2 of them. I have 2. I'm looking at my WhatsApp right now. I know I definitely have 2 stickers of you for sure.
Send me screenshots of conversations they're having randomly with their parents or whatever. And they're just like, why does my mom have a sticker of you like me? I said, what?
I have one where you're laughing, throw your head back laughing with the glasses. And I have one
I know that one.
with the glasses. I have that.
You know what I said? That is a famous Perry move.
I knew I had at least 2 of them in here.
Manala, them love meme me. Them love meme the boy.
Yeah, but even and there's another one I have where you're on the couch and like you turn around to like see.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I know which one you're talking about. I've seen that one in a couple like edits on TikTok.
But then there was also that actress, I can't remember her name. She has Caribbean roots and she's married to, oh my God.
Is it
right now?
talking from Empire?
Grace.
Something.
Grace.
Yes, Empire, yes.
When she did over a voiceover with one of your things, I was like,
oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. When I said, me? Look
yes.
Yes, I saw that video.
Yes.
And she did it like she was on
Perfect.
point.
Yes. No, man, years them a meme the boy. Crazy.
So Perry, seriously, I mean, we come from a very competitive culture generally, right? And this vlogging space has become so popular, but there's so many very popular vloggers now that attribute their start to you. They attribute the fact that you were the one that helped to teach them how to even do these things. Like, why has it been so important for you to just pour into other people?
So for me personally, I don't believe in gatekeeping. It don't make no sense because I think a large reason of why people gatekeep is because people fear person being better than them, and that is not an issue for me. I love seeing people do well. Oh my God, I don't think you understand. I love seeing people shine. Oh God. But separate and apart from that, when I started YouTube, a lot of the things weren't available to me. So I couldn't be able to be monetized. It took years for Jamaica to even be monetized. How you would normally get paid is you'd have to go through an agency overseas. They would then monetize your channel, and they will send you a percentage of what you make. So you wouldn't get 100% of your earnings. So of course, YouTube will take their percentage, the agency will take their percentage, and they will give you a percentage of your own money. Just because
Wow.
they're facilitating payments. You understand?
Wow.
So I know what it is like to not be able to have that, access. But once they pull the gate now, I say, all right, I we this. Jamaica, we have step up, we can get what we call US payments, them and such ins. So I felt very happy about that because I think for me personally is I like when content creators or persons in the social space are viable. You understand? I love when we are viable. I love when we can stand beside an artist or an athlete and still hold that same level of importance. You understand? Saying because we do have the reach, we do have the numbers, and we do have the engagement. You understand what I'm saying? So me passing on that information, it's absolutely nothing to me because I had to research it, and a lot of people are not equipped like that, and it's also dependent on how you transfer the information. And because I'm naturally a social person, it's very easy for me to like get things like this because I actually used to do social media marketing before I became Quite Perry, but that's a different conversation again. So yeah, it's a no-brainer thing for me because I like when there are more people in the space, and I like when the space is thriving, and it makes everybody look good.
Yes.
There's more than one person in the space. I don't think people understand just the level of just like community. Because when I was starting, it wasn't just me. There were other persons in the space who were thriving. There was the gallus in Paris. There was Ellie Divina, who is now Dale Elliott.
Yeah.
Fine, and the conversation surrounding not just one person, but everybody
Yes.
better as opposed to just one person thriving. It
Yes.
just makes the conversation even more larger.
Oh,
Like when there are more persons in the space and separate and apart from, me having intimate conversations with people. I just said, you know what? Let me just go on YouTube and tell people how much money I actually make because
I remember you did that video.
there are persons at home who want to do it, who are equipped, who are ready, and there are also persons who are crippled by a little bit of fear and just want the extra little push. So why not put it out there and hopefully it can reach some. And as much as they like update stuff, like I come back and I let them know, but it's nothing for me to. It was just nothing for me. It was just a natural thing for me. It's not like I don't know. I don't know why people hold things to them chairs.
Yeah, we said that's so awesome. A lot of people like to believe that they're gatekeepers. Tamara said that you actually helped her to monetize her YouTube channel.
Yeah, Tamara, you're angry that girl.
Perry, you talked about surrounding yourself with the right people before, right? And you also talked about the fact that you had to put in structure. So when you were building out your management team, what were some of the things that you look for, and how did you finally decide on this is my team?
Okay, so before I got into that, right? I want to attribute just I want to say just like the molding of who I am outside of Quiet Perry, because yes, you can be famous, but you as a person, like you have to can stand upon certain things. And I want to attribute that to three persons in my life, actually. One of them was Dexter Pottinger, may his soul rest in peace. He was just a constant source of just like education, and even without his words, just watching how he moved and just his dedication and his hard work, like you develop
Professionalism.
I'm a sponge.
Yeah.
I am a sponge. I watch people. I'm soak up things. A lot of times you don't have to go to a master class or somebody to tell you how to do things. You can just watch a person's actions. So him,
Rohan, before you said that, so Dexter, lots of people don't know, he's one of the reasons why I started PR. He was the first person that suggested to me that I should be a publicist. And it was because he was working with Tiff at the time and he thought she needed a good publicist. So he's just like, I think you should be our publicist. And I was just like, what are you talking about? I've never done PR before for anybody. And that's where my PR career started because of Dexter.
That was definitely Dexter. Yeah, man. Him get up and him just say, you know what? I think you need to go on the social media first.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? No, I think you have it. Go and do it.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. So sometimes in life, you just need that one person who believe in you and say, you know what? I see a little potential in you. Go after it. I'm gonna make it happen. But you have to now make it happen for yourself. He was always that person. The second person, I'm not gonna call his name because he's a very private person, but he has a lot of businesses in Jamaica. But he was one of the persons who actually, when I was starting my social media company at the time, he was one of the first persons when I went to my little member in Omiabo. Yeah, 20 little. You understand? I'm gonna have my little per promotion shirt. I'm gonna go my little interview. And I sat there and he said to me, I like how you present yourself, and I'm gonna give you a chance.
Wow.
And at that time, I was managing because it's a group of companies, and I was managing social media for the group.
Wow.
So I had so many different accounts, and I was young. You understand? And I sat on the phone with that man countless nights, just listening, listening. Never spoke, just listening. You understand? And as I said, I'm a sponge. And then the third person is, of course, Karen Clark.
And
yeah, man, listening, just listening. I love when people are older than me, because people who are my age, yeah, great. That was cute. We are outside, we are run up and down, we are party, we are drink liquor. That's cute. But I want to be somebody live, and I want to go somewhere. In order for me to go that way, go there, I have to learn from people who are doing it or actually did it.
yeah.
I was a sponge. But back to your question, which was
How did you choose a team? And
right? How did I choose my team? It was a no-brainer, to be honest. And there weren't any particular qualities that I looked for. I just knew she was the woman for the job, just based off of being around her for so many years and seeing her work and her level of professionalism and just her commitment to detail and just, getting the job done. That is very important for me, getting the job done, because there are a lot of persons out there who are working but are not actually working.
Yeah.
It's just a face and a name. But are you actually working though? Like, are you actually doing what you say is in the description of your Instagram page? Because anybody can be a manager. Anybody can be a chef these days. I can just put it in my bio. But are you actually a chef though?
Ooh, ouch.
Wow.
Oh.
But it's facts.
I like to get the job
done. Yeah. So I have one more question, but it's like a two-part question, right? So we've talked about you being a vlogger. We've talked about you being a host. You are a comedian, which I can imagine is not easy. Stand-up is not like creating a skit, right? So preparing for stand-up, one, how did you get into stand-up? And two, you have to tell us about Shop Perry, because you're now a full-fledged entrepreneur running a business that is not you yourself. So what is that like?
So creating content online is a whole different thing. So conceptualizing, shooting, editing, putting it out there, marketing it, whole different thing from doing stand-up comedy. That was I never saw that in the stars for me. That was actually Karen's idea. And she said, think about it, because I think you might be good at it. And I actually had a gig where they reached out for me to do it. And I was like, okay, this might be the perfect testing ground. So what happened was I wrote my little jokes in my little comedy book. And then I went to rehearsals with Karen. So like we sit down and we edit. I would say, all right, this is not funny. I use a little tweaking, yeah, and work to a final product. But if I'm gonna be very honest with you though, I don't mind. Stand-up comedy is not like a passion for me. Am I funny? Yes. Can I do it? Yes. Will I do it? Yes. But I will integrate it in my hosting. You know,
Yeah, got it.
not like I've been booked and been flown out to do like full sets and they work, but
It's just not your thing.
I'm not passionate about it.
Yeah.
Can I do it? Yes. You know, will I integrate it while I'm hosting? Yes. No problem doing that. But yeah, that's one of the facets or one of the sides of Quiet Period. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know that I do stand up.
Yeah.
And it's not an easy thing. It's because you're at the mercy of people and they're loud. They don't find it funny. You're in a trouble. You're in a trouble. And that has only happened to me once.
Where they didn't laugh?
Bam. Flat.
Woo.
Flat. And you know what it happened to? Do you know where it happened? Of all the locations, of all the countries I've been to do stand-up comedy, can you guess which country and which parish did not laugh?
Well, the fact that you said Paris.
Jamaica, we're clearly.
Kingston, Jamaica, Mr. Murder.
Woo.
Mighty God. I couldn't come off of the stage the faster, man. But that was a learning and teachable moment for me.
Kingston audiences.
No, in the sense of
Get rough, you know.
knowing how to like, because remember I was fresh.
Yeah.
But knowing now how to curtail your audience, tailoring sets for particular countries,
Yes.
you know, like
Yeah.
you know, whenever I feel a way about it, whenever I feel a way about it, come and stay, I'm gonna watch the show after and everything. I just thought to myself, what is the takeaway from this? Because there's something I have learned from this moment. And I'm gonna be a shell crazy. You understand? But yeah, stand-up comedy is one of the things that I do, and that is what I do to prepare. Shop Perry now. Murder Jesus. Shop. I was very surprised at the level of support that I got for Shop Perry. I was very, 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 very surprised. But at the time, though, it's on a very long hiatus now, and that is because it was a one-man
Sure.
station, right? I'm now at the position where I can now hire people.
Yes.
You understand? So when we do choose to bring it back, it will be more of a system as opposed to me
Trying to do all the things.
going to the post office and
seen
a
those
lot
videos of you doing that.
it's on pause is because Jamaica, I don't know, I'm pleading to you guys. We need a more cost-effective shipping service.
Yeah.
And a more reliable shipping service because Jamaica Post, I'm so sorry, but it is not it. And FedEx, you're too dear. Can't work with them now. Can't work with them. It's too dear. But people them want the things them for ship and reach, yes. But can we get like a more cost-effective middle ground?
Yes, I might have a solution for you.
Period.
Oh, yes, Kat.
Connecting, bridging the gaps.
Rohan, just on that point, you know, when you talk about support, something just came to me. I wonder, because you know, like our families can be our greatest supporters, but also our most worthy critics.
Right, I'm listening.
What has the journey been like with your family? Like moving from say like, I'm gonna do this full time. This is my work. To them saying that is nice, but we're going to do this forever.
Mhm.
We can't eat because they want to know if we can't eat. They always need to know if we
Right.
can eat. What
Right.
has the journey been like with your family?
Okay, so remember I mentioned earlier, before going into the meeting with the gentleman, I was going through a very dark period. That was the period in which all my contracts were up for social media. And at this time I didn't know say, like you after I was like, okay, God, I'm gonna do this to say yeah, work. Because going through that period, knowing and feeling that okay, social media really isn't serving me anymore. Social media management. Not when I feel it, not happy in the space. The money is great, it's all fabulous, but it's just not serving me. And I went through a very low period of just figuring out what I want to do. And when I eventually did, and remember I know, but then not enough no work. Mommy, she come in every single day. She leave work, she leave to go to work. I'm in the bed. She come home, I'm in the bed, not doing nothing. And it became this concern of just like, what are you gonna do? Because as a parent, you send your picnic to school and you want your picnic to come out to something. A while after that, come on. But me becoming quite Perry now and working for these brands, I'm not gonna lie, when it just started, it was still, I don't know, there was a space of just like, okay, he's doing this thing, he's working for these brands. We don't particularly understand
What?
and what it is, but we see that he's making money and we see that he's surviving. But when the boy gets up now, right? And the boy buy him car, move out, buy him things them, living a very sustainable life. And then you go outside now as quite Perry mother, quite father. I'm the name no more. It's no longer Richard. It is quite Perry mother and the quite Perry father that you have to say to yourself, say, well on, something that keep you, sir. Why you stop, what I mean, quite Perry father? What I mean, it took some time for them to get there, but it wasn't like a very abrasive. We don't support this. There was never a conversation in relation to that. You could see that they were still trying to figuring out because remember,
Yeah.
yeah, at the time it was a very non-traditional space.
And you were figuring out at the same time too.
I also figured at the same time. And, as a parent, you want to see your son become Dr. Lawyer, Indian Chief, them look there, but you see him dep online in a one little scarf, a one little piece of just attack, But you also see that people are loving it and they're responding to it. And now he's becoming like a national phenomenon. You understand what I mean? So there was never a huge, we don't support this, go take up your book, get a degree. It was never any of that. But right now, them all right, them good. Quite period them son. That is also one of the reasons why I work so hard at what I do. It's because, as I said earlier, I want persons who are in the creative space or in the creative industry, persons who operate in the social space, influencers, content creators, or otherwise. I want us to be seen as viable. I want to be a living example for somebody right now who is in prep school or in high school and they want to do what I do. I want there to be an example.
Yeah.
When you bring the conversation to your parents, it can be said that quite Perry is doing it and he's perfectly fine. So I can do it as well. I'm not saying it's gonna be a bed of roses because no job in Jamaica is a bed of roses. Every job have them pros and them cons, and every job have them ups and them downs.
Yes.
But as you can see, I live a very comfortable life. I'm blessed in many areas. So at least I can look and show your parents them say, yeah, Piper do this, me can do it too. And this me I work with. So you come or you not come.
Yeah.
Like I want you to be able to say that to your parents with that level of authority.
Yeah.
And even if they shun it, you still feel comfortable in yourself to still do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow. So we are now at what we call the best advice segment. I can't believe it's already 9:17.
Mhm.
So in this segment, we want you to share with us either the best advice that you have received or the best advice you would like to give on particular topics. And the first one we want to have is best advice on building a brand.
Ooh. Okay. Best advice on building a brand. Okay, so the best advice I have on building a brand is first, you have to present yourself as your most true and authentic self.
Yes.
So if it's built on a facade, you can only maintain that for so long. But once you come out as your true and authentic self, there's so much room to build on that, and there's also no pressure in your head mentally to always be presenting yourself a certain way.
Yeah.
So you have to know and understand who you are, what you stand for, and what you want to put out there. And if that's not your best, true, and authentic self, don't bother do it. Leave it alone. Wait till you find yourself.
Amen. Amen. All right. Best advice on starting a business.
Just start.
Just start.
Just start. Because I find that a lot of persons are crippled by so much unrealistic expectations that they set for themselves on something that they have not started as yet. And that's only because they're watching other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Work with it. Focus
Yeah.
on you and what you want to do and what you have in the moment. You understand? Any business that you see out there, it never start perfect.
Yeah. Yes.
It never start with a franchise. It never started 16 locations. It started one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
starts one. So my best advice, just start.
Yeah.
And the last question here is, what award would you present to yourself to acknowledge how far you have come on your own journey?
Wow, what a question.
Yeah, man, Rochelle came
A
up with
Rochelle original.
and
I want
yeah.
I want the cute. What award would I present to myself? Damn. Honestly, I think it would be a You Did It award.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I think it would be a You Did It award. And it's not an award based on a huge level of, fight when we get or bad mind. And, a lot of people premise their, success on people that bad mind them and never fight them out and then want to see them win. It has to do with that. I think the You Did It was just for me on my personal journey, just being at the level that I'm at and the work that I did to be so secure in myself, to present myself as my authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because a lot of people right now in this world, they cannot show up as their authentic self, who they truly are. They mask and hide behind so many other things, whether it be materialistic or otherwise,
Yeah.
or titles or them look something there. An award I would present to myself is a You Did It award.
I love that.
Yeah.
We love that. And the final question. What's next for Rohan Perry?
Wow! What a question. for the past couple of interviews that I've done, and they've asked me this question, I've always said I feel it in my spirit, and I'm never wrong. My level of discernment is through the roof. But I see something big screeny in my future. I feel it in my bones. So right now, I'm just in a space of stay ready, so you ain't gotta get ready.
Yes, I love that.
Ah, yeah,
Love that. All
yeah.
right, we're definitely waiting to see you on big screen.
Think me the angle it. Think me the angle it. Yeah.
I more than think so.
Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely.
We can all get some writing credits too.
Must say, rush to the book, girl. With that book, y'all. With that advocate for y'all. Oh my God. When the series or the movie come out, you have to come up at the world premiere, come introduce me. You're crazy. I have to fly you in.
Woo!
We'll carry your bags, Rush.
Yeah, I don't mind carrying the bags. I'll be a bag carrier.
So, Rohan, for the people who are not in the 702,000 people who follow up on Instagram,
Right.
just please let them know where they can find you.
Okay. You can follow me on all socials at Quiet Perry. Yeah, just search Quiet Perry.
He's Googleable.
I'm literally on every Twitter, Facebook,
TikTok.
Instagram, Snapchat, everything, but the everywhere. You cannot miss me.
Catherine, did you get the link for the video with Grace doing his thing? I sent it in our WhatsApp. Is there any way we could close out with that video?
Which video that with Grace?
No, with the actress.
Oh, yes.
You know that she had for that particular video, she had like over 400,000 likes.
Oh, she angled that.
She had she had like 1,600 comments and 425,000 views.
Oh, Shagwan. Shagwan.
I don't know if you're able to share and that one to close out, Kat, because it's hilarious.
Let me see.
Well, Kat finds it. Gabrielle actually asked a question. Gabrielle is Catherine's little sister, but really my blood sister. What's your favorite platform?
My favorite platform, I'm not gonna lie to you, Instagram, don't bite me up. Don't bite me up. But I'm loving TikTok more now.
Oh.
I'm loving TikTok more now. I feel like Instagram just really and truly not know herself as a person. Feel like she had got through a like a personal crisis right now. But she doesn't try be everybody else but herself, and it's just caught in the middle. You know, I'm love that for her. I need her to go to some therapy sessions or go on a little personal journey. The need to find herself. Come, I can't work with her. Every day she gets up, she's somebody else. I'm like, girl.
Somebody else should not be our authentic self.
Yo, everybody rooting for TikTok over here. Gabby say yes, TikTok nice for her. So yes,
Not
TikTok,
watching in the
TikTok.
evening, not watching Netflix or anything anymore because I'm scrolling on my TikTok. It's a problem.
Somebody needs to give me a TikTok 101 because it confuses me. I go on there and everything look like gibberish to me.
Pat, don't even bother going there because you're not going to come off.
That is,
No,
I know what's crazy. I mean, you used to how you told TikTok hard and I say, what next social media app? Oh my god, man, we can't work with this. You know, I felt very archaic. I was like, oh my god, am I getting old?
All right.
I find the groove.
Yeah.
I made this now.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Can we see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the sound?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, ready.
God, Manala, you spend extra time for me. You God, you fix me. Me look real nice. Talk truth.
Big actress,
Wow.
No, but what that evening, you know that everybody was looking forward to this last show of the season. You know, everybody's like, really, guys, the season is closing, but we close with a bang.
Right.
Because you know what really hold me, stay ready so you don't want to get ready.
Yeah.
Stay ready so you don't want to get ready. You took us on a journey of your own authentic self. You showed us your vulnerabilities. You gave us a peek into your life. You took us on the journey of hard work, of becoming quite Perry, staying quite Perry, but also just expanding and causing those boundaries that we set, that society sets, that you're just like, no, I'm gonna get the award. And my award is you did it.
Yeah.
You did it your way. You did it with challenges. You did it with doubt. You did it coming out of a dark space. And yeah. So we're looking forward to the big screen because the premiere I got awesome.
Yeah. Talk about it, girl. Put it out there for me. You're
Don't forget us though when you're inviting people to the premiere, okay?
We'll clean up nice. We'll clean up real nice.
We promise.
Yeah.
Just like I would dress up for the YVs.
Yeah.
So you know, Rohan, as you move through, because it is a journey, and we feel like when you even look back at this stage going to look even small to where you've gotten to. But it is wonderful to see that you still have this that something that says, you know, wow, let me try it. You know, that's still that excitement and that thing that I love, that wonder. You know, that sense of wonder and the adventure of going on this quite Perry journey. And it's been amazing for us to watch the journey. And when we see where you're coming from before we even know what social media was, you did a show with social media. Till now you're teaching and you're preaching and you're actually making money off of it. Yeah. So I'm glad for your mother and your father.
Yeah. And Richard, because that girl.
You know what I love too when he talked about being your authentic self? I think what I love the most about you is that the way that you are with your friends on the screen, it's even more off the screen, like your level of dedication and loyalty and just love. Like you are somebody that loves actively. You know what I mean? And I love that about you.
Yes.
Loves actively.
I'm a huge person. Like I love show up.
Yes.
I'm two things. I will show up for you, and I'm also a man of my word. If I say I'm gonna do something,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're praying nothing but blessings over every area of your life, and we're glad for you. We're glad for you.
I received it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on now.
The doors are opening. The doors are opening.
Wow. When it's your time, it's just your time.
Yep.
Yep. And when I your time, you have to do the work behind it.
Work, yeah.
Or your time will pass you.
Correct.
Yeah.
You have to do the work to maintain. But sit down.
Yes.
Down. But sit down and cock up your foot. You have to do the work. Because this is what? 8 years.
Yeah, wow. Time really flies.
8 years, Quite Perry. This is our 8th season. So this is actually the close of our 8th season.
You're there.
What started out as a little thing that we're gonna do because COVID was in March.
Last time in COVID and help each other stay safe.
Yeah, and now is a thing. And yes, so to all of our emergers and for those who are joining us for the first time, you know, it's action time. You've got to love us actively too. So please like and subscribe. Go and subscribe to our YouTube page, Ready to Emerge. Go on our Facebook page and like us. And follow us on Instagram. I don't think we're on TikTok yet because
not there yet.
Yeah, Naomi and Rochelle will be the only two that you're going to see on TikTok.
No,
so when is season 9 starting? We will announce. So you have to follow our pages to see the announcement of season 9. I know that 2023 is going to be huge because, you know, we have conference coming up. So we're going to start early registration real soon.
Yep.
Real soon. And we know you're gonna miss us real bad. And the good thing is you don't have to miss us because we're like the Netflix of YouTube. You can just go and you can binge watch. Invite all your friends over and you can have an Emerge binge watch.
Yes.
What I love. But we're also inviting you. What you remember our guest, and she's also been on our Emerge stage, Shani. Fit fire because it's carnival season. So you might also quite Perry shake up in body and I just get him carnival body together. It's at Yasha Fitness football field, 13 East Kings House Road. And it's on Wednesdays all through to July. I might go, you know. I might go. Become a session.
You could go, but my hair going sweat out. I got to make sure I make an appointment with the hairdresser like the next day.
No, but let's do it.
It's not going to be smooth at the end. Johnny, listen, I remember when Johnny started Zumba and I said, yeah, man, I went with my nose self about to do.
No, but you know, say Althea, like Althea thing here, Althea, now think about us in New York City hybrid. But you know, Althea, I think we're going to think bigger than just hybrid for you in New York City. I think you're going to need to see us live for Emerge in New York City. So coming to a borough near you.
Ooh, just like Perry, you know, we're going global.
You inspire us. Well, thank you, Perry, for saying yes and for joining us and for a wonderful evening. Yeah, of course, exceeded our expectations. Thanks, everybody, and we'll see you soon.
Right.
Bye.
Guys, just a quick reminder for those that joined late, this video is going to be uploaded immediately when we end the broadcast. So you can watch the entire video and you can send the link to those that missed it because this is an episode that you want to watch the entire thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on season 8.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you for having me.